Hello, my name is Judy. I'm the sales manager for Toklat Originals, here today with Riding Warehouse. Talking about the Toklat Shim pads in the T3 line. So I have a Western pad and an English pad, an English half pad. And one of the things that people find confusing about shim pads is exactly what the shims are designed to do. So shimming a pad is very much like having a rocky table at a restaurant where you stick something under it to level it out. You're essentially just trying to level the saddle so that the pressure on the horse's back is distributed evenly from front to back and equally from side to side. So a shim pad is designed to be able to adjust those areas where you need to adjust. Each pad has 3 pockets. On the Western pad, they're fairly large size. They're front, middle, and back. And on the English pad, they're a little bit smaller, front, middle, and back. And then they're the same on each side. In each pocket, there are 2 1/4-inch shims, which are needle punch felt. And the 1/4-inch shims will allow you to really fine-tune the adjustment on your saddle. So below the shims, we have the impact protection. So on the English pad, when you open the top, you can see the shims on the top here, and then below that, you will see the yellow XRD foam that's designed for impact protection to protect the horse while you're riding. On the Western pad, you also open the saddle pad from the top along the Velcro spine. And in this way, you can access the shims for adjustment. And then you can also see that this pad has the Flex Form memory foam against the horse's back for protection. On both pads, you should always leave that impact protection foam in the pad because it's designed to be there all the time to protect the horse from impact while you're riding. The shims can be moved around as needed. To correctly shim a pad, it's a pretty simple process, but it takes a little time and energy. So if you have your horse without a saddle on, tied in a cross tie, and put the saddle on without a saddle pad, and once you put the saddle in the right position, you put your hand flat against your horse's back, under the saddle where the tree is, and go from front to back. Look for areas that are very tight for your fingers to get in, or areas that are really open where you can wiggle your fingers. If the area is very tight, take shims out. If the area is very open, then put shims in. And in that way, you can, from front to back and side to side, stabilize the saddle on your horse's back. As a general rule, if you start shimming the shimming process, and you have to put more than 3 shims in any one pocket, then I would consider that to be an ill-fitting saddle that you probably should not use on that particular horse. So long term, you may find yourself adjusting your shims. So throughout the year or your riding season, if you're more actively riding, your horse is fitter, you might have to change your shim pattern. The off season, if you're riding lightly or less frequently, you might actually have to shim differently than when your horse was actually fitter and more active under saddle. So keep that in mind when you're using a shim pad, that you can have that versatility of adjusting throughout your riding season. Thank you very much for watching, and for more details, go to ridingwarehouse.com.